Hello everyone, this is Charles BridgTec with another product review, this time from LOKITHOR. Now this here is their J series jump starter. Now this here is their J400. Now this is 2000 amps. Now they sent this to me after seeing one of my videos here on my YouTube. They wanted me to test and review this product of theirs, which compared to some of the other jump starters that I've reviewed, this is quite a bit smaller, it's more compact. Now they do have an Amazon store, so let's wait no further. Let's open it up, see what's in. We'll take everything out of the box here. It's got some padding in here, so it's good for surviving shipping. That's everything out of the box. Now, one thing I noticed that's missing from this jump starter, there's no case. Now, they do sell them separately here, so I'm going to go ahead and show that to you in a little bit here. So you get one card here, a note from them directly. Here's the user manual. Pretty straightforward on how to use these, and they are all pretty much the same. You want to hook up those jumper cables when the unit is not on. Nice little detailed information there. One USB Type-C charging cable. Now, if you want to get the best charge time on this as far as quickness, you're going to want to use a PD or QC charger for this. Take a look here at the jumpers. So they're just a straight connect. No buttons on them to activate the unit. Now these jumper cables feel pretty heavy duty actually. There's the wire down there, it's pretty thick. Nice teeth on there. Nice quality on that. Now let's go ahead and take a look here at the jump starter. Look how small this is. I mean, it's half the size some of my other ones that I've got. Even the ones with the air compressor, but the ones without. This one is pretty compact. Now this does have a built-in flashlight, and I like the fact that it points to wherever you're jumping the vehicle. So, you know, at night it always seems to happen, and you can't see when you're going to jump start your vehicle. You can do so by setting that down, hooking the cables up, and you got the light on, and be able to jump start a vehicle. This is a very rugged ABS plastic. There is some information here on the bottom. To look it up, you can just quickly reference it here on the bottom. Now let's take a look at the other side here. One USB port here and a charging port. My understanding is that this is a standard charging port, but we'll check it out. Tells you here on the rubber grommet. Actually, it says in and out on that Type C, so we'll test this out, see how it powers out. The LEDs there, it's going to be real wide flood on that. Can't believe it's got some weight to it for its size. And now let's go ahead and turn it on. That's a very bright LED screen. That is pretty bright, so you'll be able to see that at night. Brighter than some of the other ones I've tested. Now this should have an auto turn off feature, so we'll test that out while we test out the flashlight. That's pretty bright. That's brighter than some of the other ones I have. So I would say that's closer to 100 lumens, maybe a little bit more. That is pretty bright. In emergency, car breaks down, there's no luck, you can just carry this with you at night and be able to walk with it with an emergency flashlight. Or just a general emergency, power goes out, run out to the car, grab this, and you've got light. Set it up in the corner. It's going to be reflective enough to where you can see the difference there above me. So that's nice light output. Click it again, we have strobe, and that is a constant rate on the flash. Now we have SOS. Click it one time, turns it off. Now let me see if we can just power it off from here, and you can. So you don't have to go through all those special modes in order to shut it off, so that's nice. Okay, that just shut off here. Now, my understanding, according to the literature, this is actually a boost button. So if you go to use it and you can't jump start the vehicle, they recommend that you push the boost button. Sometimes the battery is too low. Some jumpers won't even attempt to jump it. If that is the case for you, simply pressing that, it's going to jump start that battery regardless of the voltage, and we'll get you back up and running. A lot of people think that these are not any good. I've seen several comments in some of the jump starters I've done that it wouldn't jump start a dead vehicle, and you've got a process to be able to make sure that this will do the jump regardless of the voltage on the battery. So this does have that option. Now some of the older ones do not. I have an old Stanley that I still have and I still use out in the garage for emergencies, and that thing, you just turn it on, it doesn't matter what the voltage is, it's gonna jump start that battery. And it's nice because you can leave it on and let it kind of build up a little bit of a charge to that battery before you try to crank it over. Alright, well, let me bring out a little power bank and let's check out the voltages on this, see how well they put out. Alright, let me bring out my handy dandy little X-Star power bank. Now I like these, I use them in testing a lot. Tell you everything going in and out. Now I do have inline ones that you can use, but this is a lot more convenient. So let's see how much this will kick out of the regular port here. Now it's showing, I believe this is wattage, so 12 watts. So it looks like it's 5 volts, 1.7 amp. So that's pretty standard on that output there. Good enough to give you power to boot up your phone. Doesn't look like it's changing, so that's going to be a standard output for the USB. I'll give it another second here. Went up a little bit there. So standard output power on that. Good enough for emergencies. So I do have another cable here. Test out the Type C to Type C. Now sometimes these will not recognize this power bank. So yeah, it says out on here, so this is already fully charged, so it's not going to register anything here. So let me grab my cell phone. Now with my cell phone, it might detect it a little bit differently. Now it is charging my cell phone, so it is an output. And let's take a look at this little icon here. If this changes, so it's showing the wattage here. Looks like 12 watts, bouncing between 11 and 12. So it looks like a standard output on that Type C as well. Yep. Okay, so just standard output on that Type C output, and it also charges. Okay, well, so you got your standard charging rates on that, on these outputs here. Now I like the way this rubber comes away from the body, so you can get a nice tight seal on here. Here's the jumper cable port. So let's see if this times out. Let me bring out this case here. Now you can purchase this from their store directly, or they do have combos where you get the jump starter and this all in one. Nice rubber texture on this case. Now it is pretty thick on here. I would have thought that it would be quite a bit smaller. Well, gotta be able to, yeah, well, I guess it is gonna be fine. Now that powered off after inactivity. Now this is brand new, so it's going to be a little stiff. Nice. Like the felt lining in here. Feels good. Does have a compartment in here to put those jumper cables as well as other accessories. So it looks like it fits more than one model, and this one being quite a bit smaller than their other ones. Let me grab some foam here, and I'll cut it real fast and put it in, see how it looks. Okay, now I just cut some foam here, so we're just gonna fit it down in here on the sides. Hopefully this will look pretty decent. Sometimes you gotta kind of just wrap it around. I've done these enough times on other flashlights that you get a pretty good hang of it once you've done it enough times. So that's what that looks like. Nice. You can even fit the USB cable here. Let me grab the tie because I charge them with a dedicated charger. Now I did charge this, and I noticed the PD charger that I use. Now the input, of course, was pretty powerful. It was almost 40 watt on this, so that's pretty quick. You'll be able to get this back up and going. See how this all fits in here. Feels pretty good. And that's what that looks like. Okay. Now that we know that that case fits nice. Alright, well let's go ahead and do a little demonstration here of these floodlights here on the side. Take it out to my garage, see how they do. Alright, we're going to demonstrate the LOKITHOR jump starter. Now I just turned it on. As you can see how bright the display is. It's actually bright enough to use for lighting as well. So, pretty impressive. Now I'm going to turn on the flashlight here. And there we go. Look at that. Yes, this is a man's world here, but the light has a nice wide flood beam on this. This goes way out to the sides and down to the ground. It's a lot of light coming out of here. These are really hard to test because of the beam is so wide, but I would say it's probably about 140 lumens, right around there. Impressive. Okay, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that little demonstration on the floodlight performance, and pretty impressive on that. One of the better light outputs that I've seen on a jump starter, and most of all, this is super compact compared to some of the other ones that I've tested and reviewed. Now this here being as powerful it is, you want to operate these with care, but most of all, these are not going to allow you to reverse polarity the battery causing damage to your vehicle or to this unit. So that's another plus. So I want to reiterate again, make sure that you hook up the jumper cables first to the battery, then plugging it into here, because you're so close to your battery. It could be venting and you don't even know it. Sometimes they vent, they have like a rotten egg smell. So you don't want to have a spark near that area. Could cause an explosion or fire. Then once you get this hooked up to the jumper cables, then you can go ahead and power it on with no issues. And again, this here will tell you right here in this area, if I can turn it off again, just so you can see it, it'll tell you whether it's reversed. So you cannot hook this up the wrong way. So that means anyone, male or female, can hook this up and get their vehicle started. Or if you're being a good Samaritan, and more often than not, that's the way it's been with me. So I've always had these things ready to go. Throw it in the trunk. This one here, with the case, it's a little big. So maybe if you get a little felt bag, throw this in there with the cables separately. Kind of saves space that way, but I'm going to keep it in this. So these are a must-have for a vehicle, any vehicle that is. Even if you go carpooling, someone picks you up and you want to carry something like this on a long trip, throw it in your backpack or luggage case, and you'll be able to help that person out if they should break down. Great for emergencies, great gift ideas as well. Done this quite a bit, and never know when you'll need this. But if you know that you have it, peace of mind. Well, I want to thank LOKITHOR for sending me this J400 to review. Now, if this is something you're interested in getting, they do have an Amazon store. I will leave a link down below this video. Working on a special discount code if I do get that, or it may be a clip, the coupon to save before checkout. Either way, that'll help save some money on this, just in case you're interested in getting it. Well, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thanks button. Donate to my channel if you wish. Otherwise, you can please share, like, and subscribe. That way I can bring more of these little LOKITHOR jump starters, power banks, to you in the future. Thanks for watching. Take care. Well, let's take this outside, see how it does in the wilderness.